1037, Ronn Owens, KGO, with Barack Obama. You're signing all these books there, and I told you, Vanna White did nothing but sign books during the break. You do this, yeah, you do this well. Oh, my God. Lefty, too.
Absolutely.
You got my book. I really think you're doing it. This is what you do, person by person by person, talk show host by talk show.
That's what you got to do.
First 90 days. Come on, promise.
I'm going to see how the end of the show. You can ask me at the end of the show.
I can ask you, but then I got no leverage.
No. Well, you know.
All right, we'll see.
I was born at night, but not last night.
Hey, look at this. In Santa Cruz, Mike's got something good to say. Now I'll get the promise. Go ahead, Mike.
Good afternoon, Ron. It's an honor to talk to you, Senator.
Great to talk to you.
I am a moderate Democrat. I think George Bush is hands down the worst man that's been in the White House since I've been voting, and that includes Richard Nixon. Conversely, I think Bill Clinton was one of the best presidents in my lifetime. I am constantly frustrated with where the leadership of the Democratic Party has gone. I would love to see someone come forward and swing the party back to a moderate base, and I would also like to see somebody come forward who has some cojones to deal with how the Republicans run their elections.
You're saying my words exactly. I couldn't agree more with what Mike's saying.
And if you're the man to do that, I guarantee you will have my vote. And at the very least, in terms of the criticism that you're too young to run, let's not forget we've had 14 years worth of presidents now that had absolutely no national experience. And the two gentlemen that lost to George Bush had plenty of experience in the Senate. So good luck to you, and at the very least, you're going to increase the quality of competition.
Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I haven't made a decision on this, and I'm very serious about that. And anybody who knows my wife knows I'm very serious about that. But I appreciate your words. And one thing about this issue that was brought up about moderate versus liberal in the Democratic Party. One of the things that I argue in the book is that in the Democratic Party we have this argument between sort of the old line liberals and then the centrists. And the argument I make is actually the categories aren't quite right, because where I think the Democratic Party needs to go is to be absolutely committed to some of the traditional values that make us Democrats. The idea, for example, that in a country this wealthy, there's no reason why somebody shouldn't have health care. Mm-hmm. But then to be agnostic about how do we do it, meaning if there's a market-based solution that's cheaper and more efficient, then let's go with that. It doesn't have to be a government program. On the other hand, if the market alone can't get you there, then let's figure out how can we create an intelligent government program to do it. But the point is, instead of arguing around a lot of these traditional categories, let's just figure out what works.
A, I agree with you. B, whether you admit it or not, then you're more in that moderate wing, which, as a matter of fact, the caller and I are both in. I mean, to be blunt, yeah. The other side is just pure orthodoxy, and it will lead to Democratic losses. It has in the past. We keep talking about the idea that you get a Democrat, two people running for Congress, and you get the Democrat, and the Democrat's got these books. And he says, okay, what do you want? My position on health care, education, welfare, international affairs, and you got these big books that tell you everything that's in there. And then you get the Republican who says, see this guy? He's going to raise your taxes and he's going to make the country less safe. And then people vote for the latter.
Well, I think you're right that one of the things Republicans have done better than Democrats have done over the last couple of years is provide the country with a narrative about where they want to take the country. People don't have time to follow all the intricacies of North Korea policy or Medicare. But they do want to have a sense of where is it you want to take the country and what do you believe? And, I think because we get bogged down sometime in the 10-point plan and, the position paper and all that stuff, we forget to tell a story about who we are as a people.
By the way, you ever read the Borowitz report online?
I have not.
It's funnier than The Onion. Anyway, this was the one that just came out. The sudden ascendancy of Illinois Senator Barack Obama has many Democratic Party regulars afraid that a White House win by the charismatic politician would destroy a losing tradition that has taken years to build, Democratic leaders have confirmed. They quote Carol Foiler, "This is the party of Dukakis, Mondale, Kerry, and McGovern. We've worked long and hard to build that losing record. We're not prepared to pour it down the drain."
Well, I'm not going to comment on that one.